Okay, let's take a look at how to assemble a cube using the Sonobe module. In order to show you this, I'm actually going to start with a fully assembled cube and take it apart partially, and then take it apart completely so that we can see all the modules that are used. What we have here is a fully assembled cube, and this is made with 6 Sonobe modules. Okay, so let me just go ahead and find one of the faces of the cube and take out the prongs. Remember, I call these prongs from the socket or the Sonobe pocket that you see on each face, right? Let me take these 2 prongs out, and there we go. We see that middle part of a Sonobe module. Let's take a look at that. You see how that Sonobe module sits in there? And I can actually take that Sonobe module out, right? And you see that that Sonobe module had prongs here and here that were actually inserted into the socket on this side. You see that? And on this side, you see that? And over here, the original face of the cube that I was showing you, these prongs belong to 2 other Sonobe modules, and they go into that socket and that socket. Okay? So just so that you understand what's happening here. And what you see on this side of the cube, obviously, is happening on this side and happening on this side, all the sides. Okay, but let me go ahead and disassemble this entire cube. Pop out. There's one Sonobe module. On the other side, I will take that out, and that out. And then I have this Sonobe module. And all around, I've got Sonobe modules. See, I can take them apart, take them apart, take them apart. There we go. 6 Sonobe modules. So how can I start reassembling this? Well, I like to just lay one Sonobe module down first, and notice that the center part of the Sonobe module is like a square that has an X in the middle of it. And if you look closely, you'll see that there's actually a triangle here. Okay, let me do that again. Here. And then there's another triangle here. Right? Like you can imagine cutting that center square in half into 2 triangles. Well, if I take 2 Sonobe modules, 2 other Sonobe modules, and look at the prong of one of them and the prong over here of the other one, they actually form 2 triangles that can become a square. You see? And actually, those triangles match the triangle on this one that I was pointing out earlier. So let me just like set it on top. You see this triangular prong? It could fit right there over the triangular half of that square on that side. And then this prong, which is a triangle, can fit on top of this triangular half of the square on this module. But instead of just sitting the triangle on top of the other one, I'm actually going to notice that there's a socket here, and I'm going to insert the triangle so it's partially covered underneath inside the socket. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Insert it. You see? Just like that. So I have like this T shape, right? Now what I'm going to do is take, well, let's see if you look closely, you can see that this is going to be one face of the finished cube. This is going to be another face, and this is going to be another face. But of course, modules are going to go into the sockets. What I'm going to do is go ahead and lift this carefully, trying to keep it together. Turn it around, and I'm going to notice that these two prongs will come over here on the other side of the cube, if you really think about it. But I've got this combination of prongs, and it looks like I could probably put them, tuck each prong into the sockets of another module. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this module, and this will become the other side of the cube now. So I'm going to put this prong into the socket over here, and then this prong into the socket over here. And now I actually have, let me just lift these prongs a little bit. I have another face of my cube, which is on the opposite side of the other face that I had made earlier. But now I have these prongs that are sticking up, and I want them to actually stay sticking up. I never want to hide prongs inside the cube. They should always be out, so that when I add another module, the prongs can get tucked in to the sockets. See? So now I've got these two prongs sticking up. I can slide a module right there underneath. Let me do that again. Boom. And those present, or that new module presents two more sockets that I can put these prongs into. So I have to just do it very carefully. And, you know, I have to manipulate it, sometimes kind of bend the prong a little to make it fit. And that module that I just added has two prongs of its own right here, which, if I'm observing carefully, I can see those prongs can be inserted into their own sockets on this side and this side. Now I have just two prongs sticking up here and like one open spot on my cube. And I have one module left to take care of that. Again, I want to keep the prongs sticking up. I don't want them to hide inside the box. Keep them sticking up. And my last module has its own two prongs, which I'm going to keep out also. So now I've got those two prongs and these two prongs of the last module I added sticking out. So let me go ahead and do my last set of tucks. Tucking that prong into that socket, this prong into that socket, and then this one into that, and this one into that. And I'm finished. I have created my cube. Alright, I hope this video is helpful to you. Good luck making your Sonobe module cubes.